Well, over the past years, I'm not sure how long it has been, scientists from the University of the West Indies Seismic Research Center in Trinidad, that's the center that monitors seismic activity, be it earthquake or volcanic activity in the Eastern Caribbean. And scientists have been warning that a major earthquake could happen at any time. Um, there have been instances where there have been a number of earthquakes being reported. One of the factors that I think we need to consider is that the UWI Center actually altered their protocol where they would have been reporting earthquakes magnitude 3.8 or more. But however, they altered that protocol, and in recent times, they've been reporting earthquakes that are 3.5, 3.8, 3.5. Most earthquakes are felt at magnitude 3.8 and above, unless they are shallow. So what the Seismic Research Center has done in recent times is to adjust the threshold by which they report earthquakes, and it would be of magnitude 3.5 and above in the Caribbean. So as a result of that, you might have been seeing an increase in reports of activity. It does not necessarily mean that there's an increase in seismic activity in the Eastern Caribbean, but it's just an increase of the reports being made because the threshold has been lowered. So what we want to encourage persons to do is to do as much as they can to be prepared in the event a major earthquake happens. So, for example, your workplace encourage your employer to get an earthquake plan in place, practice the drills, be aware of some of the things that you should do before an earthquake takes place. If you have like bookshelves and so forth, make sure that they are bolted. If you have large or heavy items on those shelves, you remove them. One of the things we also want to encourage persons to do is to ensure that their home is built according to the recommended building codes. And if they need assistance with that, they can contact us and we can give some guidance, or even the Development Control Authority. So do as much as you can to be prepared. That's the only thing we can encourage persons to do. Increase their awareness, things that you should do before an earthquake, what you should do during an earthquake, and after an earthquake. So we want businesses, we want schools, we want churches, wherever you may go. Ensure that there is a plan in place in case a major earthquake happens, that you know what to do. That is how we're going to save lives.
You mentioned drills, and that is something I have always had on my mind. I know that the National Office of Disaster Services have been conducting drills among students, workplaces. The question is, do you think that residents are taking these drills seriously?
I believe from a personal standpoint that there are some who are taking it seriously. I'm not sure in terms of if there's a greater part who are not. However, we have actually had quite a number of requests and so forth to monitor drills, to conduct drills from schools, from workplaces, including hotels and so forth. So there is a level of awareness. In terms of how high that level is, I cannot say at this time, but we really want to encourage persons to use the opportunity to increase their knowledge, get involved in conducting drills. If you need assistance, call us. We can be reached at 462-4206. And we've also been really involved in bringing greater awareness to the various hazards to which we are vulnerable. So we have our Facebook and Instagram pages, which we update very often. We also have a WhatsApp channel. So information is there. There's also the UWI Seismic Research Center. They have their website. They have their Facebook. There's also SEDEMA, and these organizations have been really constant and sending out messages and in bringing awareness to Antiguans and Barbudans and residents within the Eastern Caribbean and beyond.
Final question from me is the CAP app. How is that going? How are persons responding to that app? Are they making use of it? Are they downloading it?
We had a major issue, and we continue to have that issue, where persons cannot get it downloaded, or even if they can find it on their Play Store or iStore, they cannot get it downloaded. So we've been in touch with our technicians to see how best we can get that issue resolved. There are some individuals, though, they have been able to use an app finder to find the CAP app, and they've been able to get it downloaded. That is an option that you have. For those persons who have the CAP app, we continue to do our testing. Just yesterday, we did a testing of all the mediums through which the CAP app is utilized, and that is the cell phone, radio, and television interrupts. We have presently, there have been 4 radio stations that have that radio interrupt. I know there are a couple of them that have issues. There is one, though, that reported to us that everything went quite well. The 4 radio stations I can mention are Radio Lighthouse, ABS Radio and TV, Zoom Radio, and Observer Radio. And we've actually decided that we will be in touch with the radio stations to see how the CAP system has been working, because there seem to have been some issues. So that is actually something that we still encourage persons to do. If they can get it downloaded, get it downloaded on their phone, because this is our official way of alerting persons. And it will work very well in times of tsunamis. If there's a tsunami that is threatening, this is the medium through which we can get the message out to persons in a timely manner. Speaking of tsunami, we cannot not say that tsunamis can be as a result of a major earthquake. So we want persons also to be aware of the signs of a tsunami. It's a major earthquake. If you hear a loud roar coming from the sea, if you see the sea going back, those are signs of a tsunami. So we want persons also to be aware of that information. And if you see those things happening, take action. You get to higher ground as soon as possible.
Midcie Francis, is there anything else you'd like to add?
Well, we just want to continue to encourage persons to pay attention to the various hazards to which we're vulnerable. We have earthquakes, we have hurricanes, tsunamis, landslides, ashfall from neighboring islands that have volcanoes. So pay attention to these things. Don't wait until something is threatening to get educated. As I said earlier, we have our Facebook and Instagram pages, WhatsApp channel. There is also SEDEMA, the Seismic Research Center. If you have any other information that you would need, you can contact us via phone 462-4206, and we'll be more than happy to help.